Hi, everyone. I'm Tim Lancaster with Grassworks InstaTurf. We are a St. Louis-based manufacturer, been making simulated turf products for about 40 years now. We developed the InstaTurf soft armor erosion control products, which you'll see here today, around 3 years ago. And these products were developed to provide an immediately effective soft armor alternative to rock riprap for many of your high flow applications. They're the first and only soft armor products on the market that provide immediate erosion protection before any vegetation establishment that's equivalent to a large rock riprap. They give you 3 to 4 times the unvegetated erosion protection of your conventional turf reinforcement mats and even high performance TRMs. So if you get a large storm event soon after the product's installed, before any grass growth, this product's going to check the erosion, and it's going to allow for the vegetation to come in. I think of these as a hybrid vegetative armoring system where you've got simulated turf that protects, establishes, and then permanently reinforces the natural vegetation growing up through it. Now, there are 2 products in the lineup. One is called ShearForce10, which you see to the left there. It comes in roll form. So it's a 3-foot or 6-foot wide roll, 45 feet long. The 3-foot rolls weigh around 50 pounds, and the 6-foot rolls weigh around 100 pounds apiece. So it's fairly simple for 1 or 2 people to handle and install. And then the other product is called ShearForce12, you see to the right, and that comes in panel form. It's a 3-foot by 4-foot panel, weighs about 30 pounds, so it's easy for 1 person to handle and install. And that product has a 1/2-inch rubber core incorporated into it for added weight and ballast for use in more turbulent flow applications. Now, the testing that we've done on these products was done under the ASTM D6460 large-scale channel testing protocol in an unvegetated state. And what we're looking at here is how the ShearForce10 product performed as compared to the several other permanent erosion control materials. And we're looking at cumulative soil loss versus applied shear stress. And what you see is the 3 graph lines to the left there are representative of conventional turf reinforcement mats. And a couple things you'll notice about this is that all the 3 of these conventional TRMs all performed very much alike in terms of controlling soil loss under applied shear stress. And all 3 of these products were either at or approaching a 1/2-inch soil loss failure point, which is designated by the ASTM test method, the 1/2-inch failure point between 2 and 3 pounds per square foot of applied shear stress. So fairly low levels of applied shear stress causing these products to fail. Moving to the right, you'll see the ShearForce10 product in green, and then the yellow line is a Tide concrete block mat. And you'll notice that the ShearForce10 runs pretty much neck to neck with the Tide concrete block mat, a hard armor mat, all the way up to the level of shear stress at which we tested the product at, which was between 11 and 12 pounds per square foot. So the ShearForce10 product went up between 11 and 12 pounds per square foot and never reached the 1/2-inch failure point. So the product can be used in place of concrete block mats, large riprap in many applications. Now, this is one of the field trials that we did with the product early on. And this is a channel, a perimeter channel that runs along an overburden cap on a coal mine. And so what we did here was come in, prep the soil, apply seed, and then install the ShearForce10 over the top of the soil and seed. This was installed in September of the year. And when we did the installation, we left a couple of control sections, one downstream of the test section and one upstream. So those were just seeded and straw mulched, It's kind of for comparison with the treated area there. And then November of that year, went out and took a look at this site, had a lot of rain that fall. And you'll see that our test section here in green. So that rectangular swath there, that green rectangular swath, that's where the ShearForce10 was applied. And you'll see some pretty decent vegetation coming through the mat at that point. All around that, everywhere where there was no matting installed, lots of erosion, lots of rilling on the side slopes and slopes of the overburden cap coming down into the channel. And then at the very end of our test section, that control area had eroded quite badly. Now, when we did the installation of the product, one thing we didn't do is use enough of it. We didn't come up high enough or up the right side slope far enough and to cover the flow line. So what happened was that right side slope scoured out pretty badly. It's probably 8 to 10 inches deep at this point and 3 to 4 feet wide. So right there along that edge, that's the edge of the matting, and there's still vegetation growing right up to the very edge of the mat there. So it's a very unique perspective on just how well this product can work. Another look at it, this is looking upstream over the control section. And you'll see that control section, there's a scour hole there that's formed right at the end of the ShearForce10 protected bed. Scour hole is probably 8 to 20 inches at this point, 8 to 20 inches deep. And then you'll see all the scour along the edge of the mat there on the right side slope. Now, the following May, these two pictures are from the following May, and late that April, they'd come in and filled in that gully that had formed right along the right side slope there, filled it in, compacted it. By the end of May, all that soil had washed back out, and there was some rock riprap that had washed in from a riprap check dam just upstream from our test section. And then just downstream from our test section was another riprap check dam, which you can see the condition of here. And these are fairly large rocks. They're 9 to 20 inches in diameter. And this riprap check dam at this point is pretty much just blown out. The water, the flow coming through this channel is just pretty much leveled the check dam, washed rocks out of it. And you can see all the erosion and channel erosion and gully that's formed just downstream from the check dam. So typical applications for the product include your obviously drainage channels and swales, steep slopes where you may have excess runoff coming from above it, outfall areas, overflow wears, shoreline applications, be it a pond or a small lake, stream banks, and even small rivers, banks of small rivers, levees, emergency spillways, anywhere where you need a permanent erosion protection, but you don't want to use rock riprap or hard armor. And this product, one application that we're seeing this product used more in is on solar farms, and they're using it for drip line protection right along the solar panels. And especially when solar panels are mounted, ground mounted on sloping terrain, where you've got a slope, water's sheeting off these panels, coming down, hitting the soil and running down slope. This product provides excellent permanent erosion protection along those drip lines. Also, residential, commercial development drainage areas. There, once again, channels and swales. It's a great application for the products because one, the product looks like grass as soon as you put it down. So there's some aesthetic appeal there that you certainly don't get with hard armor like rock or concrete. And two, you get that immediate erosion protection equivalent to rock, so you don't have to worry about the erosion. And three, long term, this product's going to reinforce the vegetation that's growing there. And so you've got good, solid erosion protection. It's much easier to maintain than rock. So this product can be mowed over once it becomes vegetated, so you can just run the mowers right over the top of it. Rock riprap, you have to go in and spray weeds growing up through it, or run a weed eater, or you know, uh, around the rock, or try to mow around a rock, which can become dangerous or can damage equipment. So from a maintenance standpoint, this stuff certainly has advantages over using hard armor materials. Kind of the same in pond and lake bank applications. Great for armoring your ponds and small lake banks. You can put the material down, let it grass in, mow right over the top of it. And also in these many of these lakes and your residential and maybe even some commercial developments, they use those lakes for recreational purposes. People, go out there, walk their dogs, they fish from the banks. So whenever you use a hard armor material like rock, it just becomes less usable and can become dangerous in some circumstances. This product gives you a nice, even, level protection along the bank itself, and it's easy to maintain. So typical applications for the ShearForce 12, which is the panel form product. This is used more in kind of your turbulent flow conditions. Usually pipe and culvert outfalls is probably the most common application for it, but also curb cuts along your parking lots, as well as berms along parking lots where you may have a lot of water sheeting off the parking lot. This product's going to give you excellent stability for the soils there along those areas. And once again, this product you can vegetate and certainly just mow right over the top of it. So it's a lot easier to maintain than rock that's often used in these areas. So that's all I have for today, folks. I hope that was a good introduction to the InstaTurf products. If you weren't already familiar with these products, if you'd like samples of the materials, need further information, please feel free to contact me. My contact information is on the screen there. You can also get a lot of information on our products from design standpoint, installation, specifications, just about anything you need to design and specify InstaTurf products is on our website at the address on your screen as well. So if you would like to use more vegetation and less rock riprap for many of your projects, I strongly encourage you to check out the InstaTurf products. Thank you for your time today and enjoy the rest of your day.